Hi, my name is Becky Brophy. I teach Project Lead the Way. It is for 6th graders coming in will be automation and robotics, where they get to build a robot, or they can take design and modeling, which incorporates them learning how to make a design for a machine. There is no prerequisites for the class. In fact, it's 2 different classes that are independent of each other, so you can take automation and robotics, or you can take design and modeling, and they're both 9-week classes. This class is awesome because you get to do a lot of hands-on activities. You get to apply all the things you learn in science and math class, and it relates to how you're going to perform in the future on how to build things.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Adams Marks. I'm the art teacher here at Oakville Middle School, and I just welcome you to my classroom. The students right now are working on a building project. They get to be the architects, the designers, and the builders of a ceramic clay project. Each student gets to design their own house, and the house can be used for perhaps a little hamster house. It can be put in the bottom of a cage. It can be used to drink out of, or maybe it's just pretty to sit on the shelf. One of the other projects they do is a Haitian Gecko project, where they learn the research of what the Haitian life, the Haitian culture, a little bit about plate tectonics, a little bit about their weather. In art, we are very STEAM-based. We have science, we have technology, engineering, art, and math. We are very interdisciplinary. We have social studies. The kids learn about history, but at the same time, it's fun because they're making, they're building, they're designing, they're planning, they're working with their friends, they're collaborating. And at the end, they end up with really, really, really beautiful art projects.
Hi, I'm Miss Janice. You can call me Profe, and I teach Introduction to World Cultures here at Oakville Middle School. These are worry dolls that we're making today. The kids in Guatemala make these, and the kids will tell them their worries, put them under their pillow, and then the next morning their worries are gone. We learn about 3 different cultures. We learn about a country in Africa that speaks French. It's called Burkina Faso. It's really, really teeny tiny. I teach you about Guatemala. That's a country in Latin America that speaks Spanish. And lastly, I teach you about Austria, which is a country right next to Germany that speaks German. So you'll get about 20 travel phrases that you can use in each country. So hi, bye, how are you? The simple stuff. You only learn the essentials for this course, and then you can explore a little bit more in my 7th grade class, but you do not need any language experience for this class to feel comfortable.
My name is Mrs. Deutman, and I teach Family and Consumer Sciences. This class that you're seeing right now is my Family and Consumer Science class, 6th grade. We are currently in our foods unit. They are learning to read a recipe, prepare food safely, and work effectively in a group. When you come in here, even if you have no experience in sewing or cooking, I will teach you how to safely use equipment in the foods unit and the sewing unit. I teach kids how to do basic repairs on their clothing, and then they make a pillow in this class, so they get to do whatever they want for their pillow. They get to be creative with themselves. They're life skills that every student is going to end up needing later on in life. So if you plan on having a family, learning to cook and do basic sewing repairs, even know how to feed yourself properly, proper nutrition, that's all part of this class as well.
Hi, I'm Lisa McMahon. I teach 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade band, and I also teach the Spartan Jazz Ensemble. In beginning band specifically, we start on just a few instruments. We start on flute, clarinet, saxophone. They make up our woodwind class, and we start on trombone and trumpet and baritone and percussion, and that makes up our brass and percussion class, so it's taught in 2 separate sections. Some people don't know how to read music. Some people don't know how to put instruments together. In fact, most people don't, and we start from the ground up. We start with, here's how you open the case, here's how you assemble the instrument. We start as a group, and by the end of the year in 6th grade, we are able to put on 3 separate concerts and go on a band trip. In beginning band, you do have to provide your own instrument at the very, very beginning. Percussionists will have a kit that they take back and forth, and they also have a mallet bag that has a bunch of different sticks and mallets so that they can play all of the different instruments that are here, but you do need to supply your own. There is an outside commitment for band, not just with our morning rehearsals, not just in terms of time, but like any other class, you're going to have some homework, and that involves practicing. So we have a folder that you keep track of. It is for a grade, so it is homework in the traditional sense, but it's a lot more fun.
Hi, Hi, I'm Mr. Dernbeck here at Oakville Middle School in the Technology Ed Department, also known as SHOP or Industrial Arts. My students are learning basic shop safety, when they're around machines and tools, no matter where they are. They're going to learn to measure. They're going to learn how to use those skills to build, in particular for 6th graders, a rocket project, and probably learn a little bit more about mechanical drawing or something along those lines. They're using tools to measure and solve problems if they didn't get it quite right, and the whole project itself is one big problem that we're trying to put together and make into a successful rocket launch. I want them to know how to be safe around tools and machines. I want them to know how to measure to the nearest 16th of an inch and to use those skills to be able to create something following directions or reading a plan.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Cupp. I'm the choir teacher at Oakville Middle School. When you come as a 6th grader next year, you'll have a couple of choices for your music classes. One of those choices with me is Music Explo, and that gives you the opportunity to learn to play instruments like guitar and piano and percussion instruments. You'll learn to read and write music in that class, as well as working briefly on some singing skills. The other music class that would be an option for you, which I'm very excited about, is 6th grade choir. This will be a semester long. You'll learn singing techniques, lots of fun music, and then you'll be invited to perform on our concert at the end of the semester. All of us enjoy music and all of us listen to a lot of music, and so the idea in these classes is that you learn to be a maker of music, whether that's on particular instruments or it's with your voice. You don't need to walk in the door having perfect musical skills. That's the purpose of our class. If you like to sing, we'll learn to sing better. If you like to play instruments, we'll learn to play them better. We kind of work together. We have a lot of collaboration in this setting, of course. We're communicating through music. We're using critical thinking skills all the time while we are processing what we're seeing musically. So yeah, there's a lot of STEAM stuff going on in here for sure.